Hi, I'm Jinju Zhang from College of Will and Mary. My presentation is titled The Effect of a Virtual Conversation Partner Program on Improving International Students' Intercultural Communication Competence. This is a virtual presentation for the European Conference on Language Learning at Brighton, UK from July 18th to 21st, 2013. Currently, I'm a full-time PhD student in a CET program at the School of Education, College of Will and Mary. CET stands for Curriculum and Educational Technology. In 2012, I received a grant from Will and Mary to pilot a virtual conversation partner program. So what is VCPP? The VCPP is a peer program that promotes intercultural communicative competence through virtual conversations on Skype. It pairs domestic students from Will and Mary with incoming international students. Each pair schedules conversations for 1 hour per week for 3 months in the summer, or at least 10 hours of conversation by the end of the summer. Each step in the process was critical to the success of this new program. Fortunately, we have received support from many departments and schools at Will and Mary. So why VCPP? Where did the idea come from? First, it came from my personal journey as an international student. 10 years ago, I came to America to get a master's degree in special education. Since then, I have experienced and witnessed many struggles international students face academically and socially. Second, from the extensive literature review, I have found that language, social, and cultural barriers were the three major obstacles international students experience. Third, in terms of language and cultural learning, social-cultural theory of learning is the foundation to the idea of the Virtual Conversation Partner Program. The assumption is that an authentic, social, and individualized interaction with American peers is the key to improving international students' intercultural communication competence. The funding for the VCPP 2012 was from an IDEA grant. The funding for the VCPP 2013 is from the Reeve Center for International Studies. It was a collaboration among School of Education, Reeve Center, and Graduate Center Arts and Sciences. It served all students from 5 schools at Will and Mary. Domestic American students were recruited in April, and the incoming international students were recruited in May and June. Why did American students participate? First, the influence of their majors. For example, I'm in the process of getting dual certification for elementary education and English as a second language, and conversing with international students would be beneficial for developing my cross-cultural communication skills. Second, it was because of their previous experiences studying abroad. For example, Michael, who spent a semester studying abroad at South Korea, said, I had a language exchange partner with whom I had conversations in English while being tutored in Korean. We became great friends over time, learning about each other's cultures while improving our language abilities. Third, it was because of their heritage influence. For example, as a child of immigrant parents, I have always been immersed in my heritage. However, I'm also interested in the international community and want to interact with members of it as much as possible. In summer 2012, we had 63 domestic American participants and 74 international participants. The only mismatch was that we had over 50% graduate international students, but we were not able to recruit any American graduate student. The sample roughly matches the international students' population at William & Mary, except that Chinese students were overrepresented. We had international participants coming from over 10 different countries, with 75% coming from China. Why did international students participate? Spoken English, American culture, and friendship are the three major reasons. This study has adopted Byram's 1997 ICC model, which includes 4 competencies: linguistic, sociolinguistic, discourse, and intercultural. In 2011, I developed an intercultural communicative competence inventory, which was tested in fall 2011 with a face-to-face conversation partner program. In 2012, the ICCI was tested again with a virtual conversation partner program. Here is a sample of the questions from the inventory. So, what did I find out from the 2 pilot studies? In Phase 1 pilot study, the Cronbach alpha was calculated to the 20 selected items in an effort to determine the degree of internal consistency of this questionnaire. The resulting Cronbach alpha was 0.892. In Phase 2 pilot study, after the 4 items were removed, the Cronbach alpha was improved to 0.903. Interestingly, VCPP international participants have higher gain in linguistic, discourse, and intercultural competencies than CPP international participants, but not significant. CPP international participants have more significant gain in sociolinguistic competence than VCPP international participants. Here are some celebration pictures. The quantitative data clearly show that the international participants perceived that the VCPP has improved their intercultural communication competence. Their feedback, however, provided richer and more vivid descriptions of how this happened in the process. For example, a quote from an international participant summed up their Skype conversations. Since May 24th, Kathy and I have persisted on talking more than 1 hour every week through Skype, and I shall say that it was an unforgettable, exciting, helpful experience for me. Kathy, a lovely, bright, outgoing, and cheerful girl with a cute voice, has become my friend after so many times conversations. We have talked different kinds of topics. She majors in international relations, and my major is physics. But both of us are fond of listening to each other's fields. For example, she gives me a new recognition of different countries' politics and attitudes, and I gave her a lively explanation of Albert Einstein's relativity theory. What's more, I would describe the great terracotta warriors and horses to her, and she would describe the quiet, beautiful Williamsburg small town to me. Of course, we also have many common topics and hobbies such as music, soccer, Olympic Games. I'm really grateful to Kathy and VCPP, not just because my spoken English is improved, but some more reasons like knowing campus life at William Mary, making new friends, knowing some traditional American culture, and having much fun. As my summer vacation will end soon, so does our Skype conversation. However, we have been good friends and will continue contact with each other in the future. Yeah, I would soon meet Kathy on campus and invite her to my renting apartment in Williamsburg. At that time, I would cook her some Chinese food. So what's next? I might conduct a confirmatory factor analysis using college students from 2 major universities in China, one from the east, the other one from the south. This study is to confirm the 4 competencies from Byram's model. The reason to use Chinese college students as a sample is that most international students in America come from China. In terms of my dissertation study, I would like to explore a new psychometric element, personality, and see whether it has any effect on intercultural communication competence. The findings from this study might provide some practical implications for guidance counselors from high school and college on how to advise students and parents about study abroad options. The assumption is that not every student will be successful in a foreign country. The future of the VCPP. We would like to merge CPP and VCPP to keep the intercultural conversations going and to create a new intercultural course that offers cultural discussion both in class and online, and field trips, activities, and collaboration projects between international students and American students. If you are interested in learning more about the program, you can find information on our VCPP website. You are welcome to email me if you have more questions. Thank you for watching this virtual presentation.